AI, as you know, is well used in from all the way from schools to colleges, universities, and even beyond that, right? Um, but one of the things that has been increasingly growing in its use is AI when it comes to therapy or companionship, what have you, especially among younger population. So, what do you see as being the real benefits, but also the real risks of that?
Yeah, the thought is that when you're a teenager, you want to have somebody to bounce ideas off. You're trying to figure things out. And so initially, when they did these studies, the people, 15-year-olds are saying, you know what, AI is a wiser friend, right? It can give me better advice than my 15-year-old friend who hasn't really lived that much. So the thought was that this is like an oracle. It's like a wise master that you have at the tip of your fingers, and you could ask it whatever questions that you wish, and then that way you would get a decent answer. And initially, we thought this is fantastic for young people. Unfortunately, we've been interviewing some of these people, and they're saying, with the AI companion, you're always right. So they said that, and that disturbed us a little bit. And then it says that, you're always justified. And I said, what do you mean by that? So AI is actually rewarded to keep you chatting. So that's one of the algorithms, is that they want you to keep typing and things like that. So they tend to start off with agreeing with you, So that's a really good question. It always goes into compliments. And the worry is that it may agree with you even when it might not be appropriate. So, for example, let's say I decided to ask my AI companion, is it okay if I cheat on my girlfriend? And so remember, the AI wants to keep you typing. So it might come back and say, yes, it's okay, because many famous people do it all the time. And here's a list of some of those famous people that have done that as well. So then you could see that the AI may not be giving you the information that you need, but it's sort of agreeing what you were leaning towards. And that way it will keep you engaged in that conversation. So that's why we want our young people to be careful, because knowing that the AI may just agree with you may not be what you need in terms of advice. So perhaps we just have to be a little cautious there.
Right, and it's a very fine line to navigate because, on the one hand, it has its uses and some very beneficial ones, but then there's also it's just a matter of stepping over onto the other side, and it starts shifting in the way you think or your perspective even.